We are very happy to have Engyin Aung, who is herself an international transfer student at SJSU, join us today. And I'm sure she'd love to talk to us about her transfer experience. So Engyin, welcome. Why don't you start by reintroducing yourself a little bit and probably talk more about you as an international student, transfer student. I'm sure your experience and insight will be really helpful for our admitted students who are also looking to transfer to SJSU this fall.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Victoria. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Engyin Pwint Aung, and I am studying Biomedical Engineering at San Jose State University, and I will be graduating next spring in 2022. And I transferred to San Jose from Clark University, which is on the East Coast in Massachusetts, back in fall 2019. So I had at least one semester of on-campus experience. So ask any questions related to on-campus activities, and I'll try my best to answer.
Thank you very much, Engyin. Awesome. So let's start by I'm actually curious, why you chose to transfer to SJSU from Clark University. It was, out of state, so I'm sure it was a little bit challenging for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll start off by saying that back at Clark, I was on the pre-med track and I was studying to become a doctor, to get my medical license and study to become a doctor. But I had a change of heart and I realized that I wanted to study engineering. But engineering schools are relatively expensive in the US, and I was searching for a good and great engineering program, especially on the West Coast, because I didn't like the weather back in East Coast too, so I wanted to transfer to California. And I came across San Jose, and I found out that it was its engineering program was on par with Stanford and Berkeley, being one of the top 3 engineering schools on the West Coast. And I was like, hey, that seems like a really great school for me. And I check out their departments, and it seems that they also have the program that I like, which was biomedical engineering. So yeah, I only spent a year at Clark University. I found San Jose. I found San Jose State University. I fell in love with it straight away, and I transferred.
Awesome. Trust me, you made the right decision. Right. So I know that there are some students out there who are probably also out of state, just like you. So could you please share just a little bit more about your transfer process from out of state? How were you able to successfully transfer to SJSU from far away?
I guess one of the challenges of transferring from an out-of-state institution was the course equivalencies, because we California universities have their own course system. I would say how lower division transfers need to qualify for some oral communications and written communication requirements. So all of these were different when you're transferring out of state, because you need to apply for transfer course equivalencies. And that was one of the challenges that I faced, because some of the requirements were not met. So I had to really communicate with the admissions office and also my department on getting these, transfer course equivalencies. And also one of the other, of course, one of the other challenges was moving from east to west. So it was the moving process that really, that was really challenging. And also I had to start all over again. So I had to find new housing and then, just new friends group to hang out with, and also had to reintroduce myself to professors and build that relationship again. So yeah, I would say that those are some of the challenges of the, transfer process.
Thank you. Then how about your transitioning experience? How was it like for you to be a transfer student at SJSU?
At first, I'm gonna be honest, I was a little intimidated because I came from a private university, which means that there were not a lot of, the student body wasn't that large, but the San Jose campus is really large. And on the International Orientation Day for international students, I saw a lot of students in that. At first, I was a little bit intimidated because, if there were a lot, like the orientation was only meant for international students, and I was already seeing a lot of people. So I was already imagining, how it would be like if all of them were there, not only the international students. So I was a little intimidated, but San Jose was really accommodating. There are a lot of resources available on campus, either for housing or also for food. For housing, I was able to get a housing. I was able to get an apartment real quick because I joined a lot of housing support groups on the SAMI app, which is the official San Jose app. And I was also able to join Facebook groups where they post listings of housings and, apartment sublets and things like that. So I was able to find housing real quick. I was also able to settle in with the food too. San Jose has a San Jose Food Pantry, which is a program rolled out by the SJSU Cares for students who have, financial insecurities, so they could go to the food pantry and get groceries from there every week. And that was really helpful for me. So San Jose really played a great part in helping me settle down.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. I know now you are thriving, senior. You've been really active in a lot of like organizations and activities on campus. So I'm sure that students would love to hear you more to talk about, your experience after 1 year so far. So in what ways has being a student at SJSU supported you academically, professionally, and probably culturally as well?
Okay, so first, I'll just start off by mentioning that there are a lot of student organization and clubs on campus that you could be a part of. Like San Jose literally gives you the platform to, to get those opportunities, and you just have to know how to, seize them. So there's a lot of social clubs and social organizations on campus. You probably know if you visit the area around San Jose, there's a lot of frats and sorority houses near campus. So there's a really great Greek life and social life on campus. There are also a lot of cultural clubs. I am in fact the president of Burmese Myanmar Associate Students, which is a student organization for Burmese students. There's also a lot other cultural clubs. In fact, one of the largest cultural club is VSA, which is the Vietnamese Student Association, and they host a lot of great events, great cultural events, and it's really fun to be there. You can join even if you're not Vietnamese, so it's really, the campus community is really inclusive and really diverse too. There's also a lot of professional clubs. Like for example, if you're an engineering student like me, you can join your department engineering club, like the Biomedical Engineering Society. If you're a software engineering major, you can join the Software and Computer Engineering Club. So there's a lot of clubs that you can choose from. And because there are a lot of clubs, there is at least one that will align with your interests. So there's a lot to choose from. As for the academics and professional organizations, there are honor societies on campus, which you are eligible to join if you meet their requirements. So every semester they send you an invitation to join, and yeah, you can join, become a member. You can attend their district conferences, which are really great. I am a member of the Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society, and they have conferences and even national conferences where you can meet and network with a lot of people. So these experience really helped me develop my professional skills and also life skills that I need out there when I graduate from San Jose. So they really helped me get to where I am right now. So I would say if you get admitted to San Jose, please join these clubs. Please reach out to these opportunities and use them so that you can get to a better place than you were before.
Thank you very much, Engyin. Now you make me want to be a student again. Should I apply to graduate school as well? I feel like I missed out a lot. Thank you for your sharing. All right, so let's wrap up by just one more question. So what is your piece of advice for admitted students who are looking to transfer to SJSU this fall?
My piece of advice would be, I would say, don't be intimidated. There are a lot of resources that you can use. at San Jose, there are a lot of resources on the website, or if you want to talk to someone personally about their experience at San Jose, feel free to go on the SAMI app and start connecting with people, and then they will help you out with any resources that you need. And also, when you get there, the campus is large, so it's quite hard to navigate around, but you'll get used to it in time. The professors are really nice at San Jose too, so if you have any difficulties with your academics or anything, always talk to your department head, and they'll help figure out a lot of things. There's also a lot of other resources, such as the SJSU CAPS, which is the counseling and psychological services, and they will help you with anything that you need. So just don't feel afraid to reach out to anyone if you need help with transitioning into San Jose.